I don't just pick a spot and hope for the best. See, your nervous system actually shows us where it's feeling stuck, unsafe, or is compensating. Through gentle assessments, I see how your body moves and responds, and those clues guide where we decide to work. Sometimes the area that hurts isn't the problem, it's the messenger. So we let your nervous system lead the way to help your muscles, joints, and movement feel safe and supported again. As massage therapists, we're often trained to focus on muscles and fascia. And for many, that's where the work begins and also ends. But muscles aren't the only soft tissues in the body, and they don't act alone or in isolation. When we look beyond what simply feels tight, we uncover much broader communication systems at play. Muscles respond to your brain, your balance system, your vision, even your stress levels, as dictated by your autonomic nervous system. So if we only treat muscles, we're missing the bigger picture. That's why I also assess higher order systems like your autonomic tone, vision, vestibular input, proprioception, which is your body's awareness of where it is in space, and motor control, or how well your brain can coordinate and sequence movement. When motor control or sensory processing is unclear or inefficient, the body often creates stiffness or tension as a protective strategy. This is how we create longer lasting change, not by just smashing into what feels tight or sore. Those are the symptoms. But by investigating why your body is holding on to tension, what needs to be released, and what actually needs to be reactivated or supported better. It's a much bigger, more intentional process than just chasing where it hurts. So what do vision and balance have to do with any of this? A lot more than you might think. Your visual and vestibular systems are huge players in how your body feels safe, stable, and steady on your feet. If your brain isn't confident about where you are in space, it creates tension and protective patterns in your muscles. It's all about safety and survival because your brain really doesn't want you to fall on your face. That's why improving something as simple as your balance or how your eyes track and work together can often reduce pain and tightness. I see this all of the time with people who have had chronic back or neck tension, even when they swear there's no history of injury. But when we dig a little deeper, there are often stories of old car accidents, contact sports, falls, or head bumps they didn't think mattered. It's just one more way we dive deeper. Connect the dots and see how your whole system interacts, not just going after muscles that feel tight. Sometimes certain movements feel threatening to your nervous system, not in a scary way, but in a protective way. If your brain thinks a movement isn't safe, it will tighten muscles, limit range of motion, or even create pain to stop you in your tracks. So part of this work is finding those hidden triggers and gently reintroducing safe, functional movement patterns. It's not about forcing anything. It's about teaching your body it is okay again. We're working with your body, rewiring for relief and recovery. What if there's just so much to fix? First, you're not broken, so you do not need to be fixed. And no, you don't need 2-hour sessions multiple times a week for months just to start noticing some change. What we're really doing here is exploring how everything interacts. You've probably heard the phrase, it's all connected. But here, we actually test those connections. How your feet talk to your hips, how your eyes influence your neck, how stress changes your breathing, and what that means as a bigger picture. No system works alone, so we can't treat any of them or your body in isolation. When we understand the whole picture, we can make changes that actually stick around for the long term. And all of those overwhelming symptoms start to melt away as we focus on the most important priorities first. So sometimes, if we feel like we have 100 things that we need to remedy, if we take care of the first top few, the rest just melt away.